So hello everyone, I'm back again on the stream for some Fedora infrastructure application work. Yes, let me put that on top. Okay. Alright, if you guys want to say something in the chat so I can check it's working, that'll be great. If not, of course, no pressure. So the setup is quite different as usual because I'm not in my usual place. Hopefully you can still hear me and yeah, you can probably not see my screen at all, which is normal for now. Because if I open that, you're gonna have a lot of feedback. Okay. All right, I hope it's all right and I hope you can hear me well. What is this blinking thing? Hopefully nothing important. Yeah. Okay. All right. I hope you're all right today. There are a couple things that I thought we could be working on today. Let me close the irrelevant things that are up there. Right. I hope the delay is not terrible because I see Twitch being not exactly happy, or at least OBS not being very happy with my throughput. Fingers crossed it's going to be sufficient. It's definitely not my usual fiber optics line, so there's that. Okay, so let's go to the chase. There are a few things that we could do today. I thought that we could be, so first thing first, let's go back to the issue, like the bugs relative message issue that I have been working on the past two streams. It's done now, so that's good. There is one thing that I thought we could be working on, and that's Maubot Fedora. There is an issue here about users not that should not be allowed to give themselves cookies, and I haven't worked on that at all, so we could start with that. First, I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything else that was slipping my attention. Nothing that I should be really looking at in the other applications. Nothing springs to mind. It all seems good. Well, it seems like it's the same things that have been there for a while, so nothing urgent. Okay, well, if that's okay with you all, we can start with we can work on Maubot Fedora 16 today. Users should not be allowed to give themselves cookies. Yes, they should not. So some context first, maybe. Do you know what Maubot Fedora is? Or do you know what Maubot is? So Maubot, I don't really know how much delay there is at the moment between the moment I say something and the moment you hear it. So I'm going to assume it's not too terrible. That's a wide assumption to make, especially given my poor internet connection. But that's how it is for today. Let's not dwell too long on that. There's going to be a replay anyway if you want to see it more with a better definition and definitely less hiccups. Okay, so no self-feeding. So Maubot is a framework to write bots for Matrix. Matrix is the real-time communication system, or protocol, I should say, that we've adopted in Fedora as an addition to IRC and eventually, I suppose, a replacement of IRC. It has a lot of features that are interesting over IRC, so that's pretty cool. And there is a framework to write bots for Matrix called Maubot. and we use this framework to have a bot in our channels. It's called Zodbot, and Zodbot has a few skills that are specific to Fedora. One of them is the possibility for someone to give another contributor cookies, like virtual cookies that stack over time and are reset on every new distribution. At the moment, there is no protection for a user to give themselves cookies, which is not good. We want people to give other people cookies. So let me start with the code. The code is at Fedora Infra /Maubot Fedora. What I'm going to do is get to my console that is here. I'm going to open a new one that has a better definition for you. There it is. Hopefully you can read that. And I was working on something unrelated, so I'm going to stash it in Git. Maubot Fedora is just a plugin for Maubot, so it has the Maubot metadata here in maubot.yaml, and otherwise it's plain Python. It has unit tests, obviously, and it's a way to run that. Okay. Let's look at the cookie part, because Maubot Fedora, so the Fedora part of the bot doesn't only handle cookies, it handles a lot of things. The cookies part is managed in the Fedora /cookie module. So there is a handler, which is basically a Maubot plugin. It handles messages and let me check. Yeah, it handles messages. There is an text message check here that is just basically checking that we are receiving a text message, because in Matrix you can receive a lot of different things. You can receive a text message, but you can also receive an image. You can have a reaction. There's a lot of things that you can receive in the event that you get. So here we're analyzing all the room messages. Here we are looking at the user that is sending the cookie. No, that is going to be the recipient of the cookie. So we've got the username from the event. That's a function that is called right here. Basically, there is a regex that we apply to the text, and we extract the recipient from there. Okay, suffice to say, we have the recipient. We have the recipient in here. So we get the fast user associated with this recipient. Recipient is going to be a matrix user, so it's going to be a matrix ID, and we get the user that corresponds to that. And then there is a call to self.give from the sender to the recipient, and that's basically it. So if I want to check that I'm not able to give a cookie to myself, the first thing I'm going to do is create a test. But before that, before I delve into the code, the first thing I'm going to do is go to my tracker and assign the bug to myself, right? So that nobody works on it while I'm working on it and we don't duplicate work. All right, second thing would be to create a branch to fix this. Actually, at the moment, I'm on a PR branch that I've extracted to check a pull request. I'm just going to go back to main. CO is checkout, right? I've gotten, well, yes. Git checkout -b, so create the branch, fix 60. Okay, I'm in a specific branch. I can make all the changes that I want now. So first thing I'm going to do is write a test. test cookie has all the tests that pertain to the cookie module. There's a test for giving cookies here, very interesting. There's another test right here. There's a test for giving cookie twice. It's starting to be interesting. I'm going to reuse that test here for giving cookie twice. And yeah, I'm going to put this new test below because it's sort of the same ID. Like, what are the error cases where I'm not going to accept giving cookie? Give myself. So here we have a mock user called dummy. We don't need to have a second mock user. We're only going to have to use this one. We are mocking a call to body to get the current release. That's fine. And we don't need to insert anything. What we're going to do is, instead of doing a foobar plus plus, I'm going to do a dummy plus plus. And I should assert that there has been something sent by the bot, and assert that the message has been not you have already given cookie to blah blah blah. More, well, let me turn off the notifications here. You can't give a cookie to yourself. There it is. I shouldn't even need to mock that, by the way. It's probably going to be sufficient this way. Okay, this test is called test cookie give myself. Fine, let's try it. So that's what I'm doing here is calling tox, but I'm also going to call tox with a specific argument that is going to be passed down to PyTest, and that -k allows you to select a test if you don't want to run the whole test to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it failed, which is normal because I haven't changed the code yet. Oh yeah, what else? There's something else that I want to check. I want to check what it sends out, but I also want to check that it hasn't given me a cookie, right? So I'm going to make a query to the database. How do I do that? Cert, do I have a select laying around? I do not. Fine. I'm just going to make the call. So I'm going to execute this. Where toUser equal dummy, and that's it. Give me the result of that. Print result dot, I think it's fetch one. I'm not sure. Let me check the code. Where's my select here? Oh, okay. So I have to call. Right, I have to actually call. Oh, DB, what's DB here? I suspect DB is my SQLite database. Is it? Ah, it's this thing here. Okay. Okay, fine. So it's going to be pretty much the same as this. So it's going to be fetchval. db.fetchval. Okay. And that's going to be my results. Print given. Of course, I want to assert given. So select count star event equal 0, of course. Also, I don't want the coverage for now because I'm only running one test. Of course, the coverage is going to be poor. All right, so it worked. There's still a call to, all right, yeah, there's still a mocking call that hasn't been done. That's a bit of a shame, but I'm going to add it. I thought I could circumvent that, but apparently not. It's all right. I'm going to throw in a line here so I know that my test actually starts here. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It fails, and that's normal because I didn't change the code yet. All right. Now, a simple way to check that would be here in the main function, in handle, just check that toUser is not myself. How do I do that? Well, I can check. So how should I do that? So self.give here takes a matrix ID, right? And I think it's going to convert it to a user. Yes. First thing it does is get the from user. So I can't do that in give because I will need that information before. So here I'm going to accept from user directly. Take this. So from user, I'm getting the from user. Actually, I should put that in the try block because it wasn't the try block before. So, okay, I'm getting this. So sender is actually evt.sender, right? And there I'm only passing, I'm not passing evt.sender anymore, I'm passing from user now. Okay, so that should be equivalent and nothing should have changed. By the way, this give function is probably, yeah, of course, it's used in different places. So I want to make, since I've changed the signature of the give function, I want to update it everywhere it's used. So I'm going to update it also here. from user right. So I don't see the chat anymore. I hope nothing important has been written. And the answer is no. Cool. So I'm not going to hear it if you write something in the chat, so please be patient. All right, because I only have one screen right now. I don't even see myself. It's a degraded setup, but it'll do for now. Okay. Okay. I have updated that. That's good. I think this give function now is updated everywhere. Nice. Oh, you know what? Instead of doing this, I could just make the check here, couldn't I? Yeah, of course I could. I've done that for nothing. All right, let's cancel everything. And in the give function, I have the from user. So I have the username. I have the to. I'm just going to do the check here. If from user equal to user, then, but no, you shouldn't do that. Raise. I'm gonna raise. So it should be some sort of value error, but what am I checking now? Info gather error. So that's not exactly the thing, but it's fine. I'm gonna raise a value error. So raise value error. You can't give a cookie to yourself. That's the value error. All right, so here I'm expecting I can also check for value error. Response equal to, or I should say, I should say args. Yeah, there it is. Or I'm just going to create a specific error. Yeah? Yeah. Maybe that's better. Where does the info gather error? Okay. Oh, yeah, let's make a different one. Okay. Exceptions. I'm going to make a specific exception, right? And it's going to be not info gather error, but invalid input. I'm going to invalid input and just be done with it. This way, actually, that's going to be, yeah, I want to descend off value error. That seems more logical. So I don't need to catch it specifically. I just need to catch info gather error and invalid inputs. Right, what else? Invalid inputs. Right, what else? Here, invalid input. Okay. So now I should be handling this error. Passed? That's beautiful. Okay. What does the coverage say? Did I introduce a regression? That's always a good question. Okay. Let me check what. Yeah, I mean that should be good, right? The cookie function is not very well tested, but somebody else is working on that. So Ryan is, so it should be soon ready. Okay, so what did I change? I've created a new exception that I'm now catching. Oh yeah. Here, the give function that I've been calling here, I am checking it here, that's good, but I'm not checking it in handle emoji. Okay, so that's another test that I can do, right? I could react with an emoji to myself, and it should fail in the exact same way. All right. So that's a test cookie react. Perfect. I'm going to try that. Test cookie react self, myself. Okay. I'm not actually sure that I need to mock that. I'm still not sure, but let's keep it for now. That's the original message, right? And the sender is going to be myself. Sorry, it's skipping a bit. So a dummy. Good. And now I'm sending a reaction by myself, pointing to the previous message. Dummy event ID. Good. Sorry. What's keying? Oh yeah. Key emoji. Well, no. It's fedora.cookie.cookie emoji. That's my reaction. Dispatch it. Good. I should actually have an answer from the bot, which should be the same as before. Right? It should also send me flying, tell me that I can't give a cookie to myself. That's the thing. So same reaction from there. Same reaction from the reaction. All right, I just want to make sure that I do not have any cookie and that I have sent a message to the U. Can I send a message to reaction? Nah, I can't. Well, yeah, okay. I'm not going to publicly shame the person who gave a cookie to themselves, because this was just a cookie reaction. Let's just ignore it. You know what? Yeah, let's just ignore it. Or should I publicly shame them? Maybe I should. I'm feeling naughty today. Okay. So how about that? What's the name of the test, please? Test cookie react myself. Let's test it. And it fails. Oh, DB is not defined. Yeah, I should define that, obviously. Any better? Assert given equals 0 is not right. Well, yeah, it is. Okay. It's just failing while it should just send me a message. Okay, so that's good. The only thing that I need to do now is catch the right error. Invalid inputs. And here I have another one that is using give. Yeah, that's the main function. I'm going to just prepare for it right here. All my calls to give now catch the invalid input exception. Was it working this time? Yeah, it's working fine. Okay. Okay. That looks good, I suppose. Okay. Did I introduce a regression? Do you know that? I'm just going to run the whole test suite again. It all passes. That's good. Definitely sounds better. Okay. So what did I change? Created a new exception, catching the exception in multiple places. Nice. Raising it where it needs to be raised. 2 tests added. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and next I'm going to add the changelog. So to do that, I can run town crier. Well, is it a poetry? It's not a poetry project because it's not a Anyway, do I have town crier here? No, I should just add it. Done. Town crier. Create. It's bug number 16, so 16.bug, or .fixed, I should say. Okay. Is that the right extension? Fixed, yes. Okay, nice. 16.fixed. And that's going to be don't allow users to give cookies to themselves. All right, let's add this one. And you know what? I should just reuse that for the commit message. Fixes issue 16. Push fork. That's going to send the change to my fork on the specific branch, and I just now only have to open the pull requests. It's all referenced, okay, and CI has started. I'm surprised that I got no error with rough or black. It's likely that I didn't get any error because I haven't configured pre-commit, which is not good of me. Yes, of course it needs to be reformatted. What did you think? Okay. Yeah, okay, so do I have a pre-commit config? Yes. I just haven't installed it, that's why. Okay, otherwise it would have told me. Okay, reformatted. What about the other one? It wasn't happy about test cookies. Okay. Lint bin rough. Check. Not check, or lint maybe. Oh, it was just a line too long thing. Okay. Let's update my change, my pull request. Okay, I've updated it and CI is going to be running again. Okay. I'm just going to run talks here just to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. Also, I like seeing all this green. Okay, seems to be good. So what will my change log look like when I want to do it? Yeah, it's fading. Why is it fading again? It needs to know the version. Doesn't matter. Why does it need to import it? It shouldn't have to import it. Or does it? Not sure why it wants to install it, but to import it, I mean. Maybe it needs to import it to get some values in here. Package is named Fedora, okay. Nah, it's an issue for another time. Well, this should be running correctly, and so next thing I need to do is go through the lists of people who have given themselves cookies already and remove that. But I'm not going to do that on stream because I'll need to log into a couple of protected servers, and I'd rather not do that. That's basically it. Nothing more to it. I hope this was understandable and that you could hear me and follow the stream properly. And if not, next week should be easier. I should be back in my normal setup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for passing by and coming to this stream. And I hope that you'll consider having a look at our plugins for Maubot, because writing bots is fun, and there's plenty of things that we can do with them. So thank you. Hey, thanks for the message. Thanks you for being there, and I'll see you next week. Have fun. And I'm going to close the stream now, very obviously. Oh, it's in front. See you.